Game 7 here.
Yeah, we're into the ultimate battle between Nongshim and Nova Esports. It is do or die, and it is Guan Yu picking off Faye already. First blood for CY.
Okay, so Nova Esports have done their homework. Faye always likes to sit around in that bush. He's always going to be in the mid lane, getting a little bit predictable. And unfortunately, Nova Esports didn't let Nongshim know that they know that until the Game 7 mark. They secured first blood because of that extra research.
There was a lot of no emphasis there. I feel like you got confused, but no, Illusion going against Wendy 1v1. But we do see that Xuan and Kyung9 are definitely within their distance, so they couldn't quite just match up that 1v1, right?
Yeah, a little bit of damage. Siri will just kind of trade of blows here. Does have the wave breaker to kind of just sustain through most of this one. But if we're talking about, the Arlie Loom, we've seen this in the Ultimate Battle yesterday. But who do you give the edge to between just these two heroes alone?
I mean, it depends, right? If they're able to block out the Flaming Palms, then obviously Muchi will then definitely get the advantage here. But then you've got two Infinite Vastness. So depending on where you get to in this Ultimate Battle, that late game, I feel like it's going to favor Nongshim on the Loong over the Arlie.
Okay. All right. I mean, we've seen the Nongshim draft. The Nova one has been slightly different from what they played yesterday. So this is I think that they were just kind of feeling the Guan Yu. To be honest, I think it's very good, but I don't know if it's like top tier best clash later.
Oh no, Wendy coming in with the gank there, back onto Siri. It's going to be a shutdown for the side of Nova Esports, taking 2 kills already from Nongshim.
And this is why you don't give Wendy the Mai. I mean, you can't. I mean, this is a blind pick, and they'll take this one. But you just see what he does. He's like lurking in the shadows, and he catches you off guard. Siri not even able to get away. He's not even level 4 for that Infinite Vastness.
Yeah, he can't even clear the minion waves because there's just no range there. So they're able to just go into town on that T1. But Kyung9 looking to try and just push this T1 into the clash lane. But the minions were definitely wiped out there. We do see Illusion trying to dive into the bush, trying to take out Xuan, but not quite enough.
Great comps. I mean, Xuan, any other person who, teams are not talking, Xuan would have just stayed in that top lane. But they were like, oh, missing, Illusion, missing, get back. And so he was making a beeline for the fountain, and a good call, and they saved themselves Xuan's life.
Yeah, I mean, they're down by about, just 2k gold now for the side of Nongshim, which is definitely not where you want to be right now. But that replay catching off, that nice rotation from Wendy. There we go. Boom, pow. Siri is down.
Yeah. You compliment one team that had good comms, and it looked like Nongshim had bad comms because they were like, "Hey, you got to let Wendy, the team know where Wendy is, right? And if he's off the map, you got to call it out because it's, a situation where you cannot get jumped like that."
No, you don't want to be jumped at all in that situation, especially with what is up for grabs, right? This is the ultimate battle for those just tuning in. There is no more rounds after this one. The winner of this battle is the winner of the Season 3 Invitational. They have to be careful. They have to be calculated.
Yeah, and for me,
speaking of calculated, the Illusion definitely taking a little bit of a road trip around CY. CY might get caught out. Here it is. It's going to be Kyung9 getting the kill for the side of Nongshim. So they are getting the kills on the board. Destiny Encounter does hit 1, but how much more can they take on the side of Nongshim before they have to reset?
Yeah, CY with just a little bit of a mistake, very aggressive, just in the heart of the enemy. Okay, we'll just fire him. We have all 5 members, so they're going to be fine.
Illusion. Gets knocked up by Wendy. The Razor Cavalry comes in from the backline as well. Xuan is committed, but also Wendy looking pretty low. We do see a bit of attraction here from HoK, but he doesn't have. There it is. The Conductor of Souls comes through, as well as the Infinite Vastness for the side of Nongshim. But nobody dying. That was a frightful fight.
That was a very dramatic moment in a Marvel movie. All of the heroes, they're flying in, skip spells, everything, attacks galore, right? But nobody dying at the end of the day. That was super close. The super saves, HoK barely staying alive with that Conductor of Souls, keeping him into this one. He cannot fall behind CY.
No, he cannot. You just, if that's the case, I mean, level-wise, he has just for now, but in terms of gold, you've got to make sure that the gold is definitely going in his favor, and it is currently by 300 gold there, but the dividends here is down into the farm lane. You want to make sure that Lung is getting some farm up. Siri needs some time to shine.
Yeah, need some time. I mean, it looks like they're going to create a little bit of space by pushing this bottom T1, focusing it out. Illusion is here as well. Teleports are coming.
Oh, yep,
Oh,
teleport
no.
is coming through. Oh, no, he cancels it because they're able to just keep away those minions. So good play there, but we are going to get the Kyung9 Express back up to the Clash lane with the Passenger Illusion here as well. HoK is just looking to try and clean out the mid wave a little bit more. Okay, Wendy goes in, commits, pushes back Conductor Assault from the side of Nova. The Braves are covering dry. Oh, dive in! But the side of Nova Esports, picking up a kill, is onto Nongshim as well as the T1 into the mid lane. This is not where you want to be right now.
His timing is so key. He's always there when you need him. Because, again, Haku gets away if Xuan doesn't get there in time.
Oh, no. There could be a sit-in duck. Kyung9 here is going to get taken down once more from the side of Nova. Nova are rotating with finesse.
They're pushing it out. They're starting to exert a little bit of dominance. They have the control. They know they're in their driver's seat. They obviously don't want to throw that lead away. They will continue to play safe, but take what space is given, and it looks like it's going to be in the top lane. Nova Esports playing this one perfectly.
Yeah, very well. I don't think they could have played any better thus far. I mean, there is still a point for Nongshim to come back right now. They've just got to make sure they don't lose the high ground turrets and whatnot. We've known them time and time again to come back, but this highlight is just showing how powerful Xuan is on this Guan Yu, and this is the reason why you don't let them get to the ultimate battle.
Yeah, I mean, when they can pick whatever hero they want, it's like, yeah, you have that same, blessing to do so. But, I think Nova Esports, when they get all 5 and they're super comfortable and super powerful on these heroes, it's scary at this stage.
Yeah, everything becomes way easier for them because they've got to think less. They've just got to act more, So it's definitely their stronghold is this ultimate battle feature, right? But we do see Kyung9 and Siri trying to push up into the Clash lane, where there it is, the bit of farewell onto Haku. He just used the Conductor Assault very early. Destiny Count is going to be the thing that wipes him down, but CY claims the kill. A little bit of Orgrin action.
What a great initiation by Waypit, just going in for this one. And Haku was like, oh, I'm stunned. And there was a little bit of damage where he actually had to use the Conductor of Souls a little on the early side, because usually when they group, you can get a great Conductor of Souls and kind of just sustain what's coming at you. But Haku was not able to do that because he was so pressured from Waypit, the initial bitter farewell that locked onto him.
Yeah, speaking of pressure, that set sail did not create any pressure onto the side of Nova Esports there, but it seems like they are trying to curtail the Nongshim comeback here. They are struggling at this T2 into the farm lane. Wendy's already there. The Illusion as well, looking pretty low. He looks like he's about to make it out, but no, Waypick gets the takedown. Siri gets the kill onto CY. That is a 1-1 trade overall. The best outcome that Nongshim could have hoped for.
Yeah, definitely the best. I mean, obviously, aside from a team wipe, that is, but at that stage, getting CY pretty huge. He was starting to get, a little snowbally. He was getting a little bit scary in that sense. But Illusion, man, he's kind of fallen off. If you're looking at what we're comparing, Wendy and Illusion at this stage, he's down about 700 gold or whatever, but Wendy hasn't died. He's made an impact with his 105. Those assists have really helped his team put them in a position like they're in, which is about 3K up.
You could say the same for Mucci and Waypit as well. They're all on 0 deaths and just still setting up their great team fight potential. But I feel like sitting in these brushes is just like waiting for the fox to come. And here is the fox. It is a horse, an icy horse onto the back of Kyung9. Just kind of forced him out there. Trying to just make sure that they get their best foot on this next team fight is Nongshim.
Yeah, Xuan has had Kyung9's number, right? And even forcing out the flash from Kyung9, something to take note of going into this next team fight. He doesn't have that. He's going to be pushing the bottom lane, Xuan that is, split push, create a little bit of space. Somebody from Nongshim needs to rotate. Then you have an opportunity.
Yep, speaking of opportunity, the set sail locks onto CY, but is that going to be the bait that they really wanted on the side of Nova? Already soaking a lot of damage is CY. Down goes Kyung9. He is already down in an earlier round. Kaku is going to be the second victim for the side of CY's Nova, but now Xuan is able to close the gap, get the kill onto Siri as well. That is a triple kill. They are looking for a penta, baby, but they're not going to get it.
They're not going to get it, but they're going to get some towers. This is going to put a lot of pressure in. Illusion and Faye will try to deal with a minion wave to potentially slow this one down, but man, they just go right down the mid. T3 mid is already been taken at not even the 10-minute mark. They might even get a second here.
Yeah, the high ground turrets are falling here. It's not like it's no point of return. We've seen from time and time again in the Season 3 Invitational, teams have come back from this point. So the thing that's the most scariest thing on the side of Nova is that 6k gold difference. They need to make sure they curb this on the side of Nongshim, but they don't have the freedom to do so. Their lanes are all pushed. Other than the Clash lane, they've got to work on something here. Nongshim looking for a dream.
Yeah, looking for a dream, and that dream was in the shape of CY in that fight. They were just trying, they threw everything at him and the kitchen sink and were not able to take him down. His Conductor of Souls was on point because, again, everybody was grouped up on him. But once you've committed things like the boat and, you know, your Infinite Vastness on back, I mean, you're pretty much out of ult, and you had no way to fight the rest of Nova, which was on his tail, and they were able to help support CY. And then there's a reason why they're 9-2 and having a 7k net worth lead.
Path of Passing is just trying to kind of just like tease that they're trying to go in for this crucial kill theft. It's now off. It does come through for the side of Nova, though, having to use a Destiny counter just to make sure that nobody's in that brush. But gotta be careful of Faye. Faye is looking like he may get caught out here. They're able to take the neutral objective as well. The Overlord is going to go over to the side of Nova. So Vanguard's coming through. He's going to put a lot of pressure onto the side of Nongshim, able to take the T2 down as well into the Clash lane. They are looking to push this turret through. So the minions are here as well as the man with the horse, Guan Yu. Xuan has been playing this pick to perfection.
Yeah, playing it to perfection. The Super Vanguard in the top lane. So they'll continue putting pressure here. I mean, it's the only T3 standing, so this is where they want to go. But Xuan has been doing such a good job with the mid lane of just constantly pushing it out. You cannot get him out of lane. You can't threaten him because he can just run away.
Yeah, they're just kind of poking and prodding with that Path of Passing, right? They're just like, hey, should we go in? Do we commit? Do we take the team fight? Do we end it here? Going into the 12-minute mark. Nova having such a clean game, but both Path of Passing has been put down here. A little bit of a V on here. V for victory for the side of Nova, maybe spelling there. But we do see the set sail circulating. He wants to pick up a victim. He's able to pick up 2 into the backline, but nothing comes of it. Young Nine is having to use the set sail once more to get back onto his team. Again, they're doing a great job of clearing that Vanguard, but what is it going to cost? The Razor Cavalry comes through. CY gets the kill onto Illusion. Young Nine. Faye is down as well. Siri not looking like in the best shape. Also, it's only HoK alive. They have the Vanguards in the minion waves as well. It looks like Nova are going to go try and finish this one off. It is all down to HoK for now, and they wipe out the Vanguards just at this precise moment. Is it going to be enough? HoK is the last man standing.
Yeah, last man standing, but Waypit will help with the sustain. They do have the minions, so that's a bit of a reprieve and for Nongshim at this point. But, you know, it's going to slow things down. If anything, Illusion's going to be back up. Somehow, Nongshim have held, at least for now.
For now, right? I mean, even with the high ground turret, they are holding out for a hero at the end of the night. They are literally trying their best to just make sure they're able to come back at any kind of form. But with all these enhanced minions and all these lanes, it's going to be very difficult for the side of Nongshim.
No room to breathe for Nongshim at this point, right? Just being able to, I mean, all the minions, super minions are there. Yes, you have the top T3, but it's not even close to like a Tempest Dragon where you can potentially, you know, get that, steal that buff and then kind of get yourself in this one. You're still so far behind. And the game is like not even 15 minutes. It's actually crazy for Nova.
Yeah, no room for error and no room to breathe, right? That's probably the hardest thing. The amount of pressure that is scaling here on the side of Nongshim is crazy. Yes, HoK is getting his 3rd tier jungle item. He's got the Blood Rage, but CY, he's got the Sage's Sanctuary. So even if he's used and just run down, he's still got that second life.
Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing, right? At this point, it's kind of like, how do you deal with them? I mean, it's one thing that if you get 1 kill, okay, maybe you got a little lucky, but he's down there for the second life. And when you know that second life is happening, the rest of the team are going to be there. Tyrant being picked up yet again by CY, just a little bit more map control. This gold graph, crazy. CY Muchi at the top.
It's literally looking so much in favor of Nova, right? I mean, the fact that CY is like 2k gold ahead of HoK is a nightmare for the side of Nongshim, but they're still trying to hold on. They're trying to hold on to this dream and hold on to being the first place in this Season 3 Invitational. But right now, Nova are rocking around with a few of the minions, but still nothing quite coming into it. Is again the last hit, the minion hit, the high ground turret last, not going to quite happen here for the side of Nova.
Yeah, but look at Illusion, kind of waiting in the mid lane here. I mean, the top T3 will probably fall at some point because they do have those numbers, but now here's Illusion on the backside
as well, going in onto the back line, but we do see that Wendy's there as well. Muchi's actually getting taken down, so that's a 1-1 trade for both the marksmen, but Xuan was not happy about that. He takes down Faye, and they are literally just going for 2-for-1 trade.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's going to be a 2-for-1, but Muchi going down, that's going to be a bit of a win for at least Nongshim. I mean, they have to wait for the minions. Yes, you have the super elites. Illusion with a nice flank attempt. Haku's doing some work, but Kyung9 in a bad spot.
Oh, straight into it, Xuan, as well as Wei Pit going in. Destiny counter just used to push away Nongshim for now, but they do have the minion waves there. They are definitely struggling to finish this one off the side of Nova.
Yeah, you cannot deal with CY. He's that raid boss. He's able to out-sustain Haku. I mean, they're Ogren to Ogren. It's a bit of a jungle diff in that sense because Nova Esports have been snowballing. Now they're going to look to back off, look to take a free Overlord, put a little bit more pressure onto Nongshim.
Yeah, it's looking like it's going to be a second Shadow Overlord going over to the side of Nova Esports, which could be the writer, what the writer sowed in this poem for 2 between Nova and Nongshim. But they are, I mean, Nongshim's managed to bring it to about 4K gold difference, which was, it's a sizable difference to where they were, but is it going to be enough?
I mean, they have to fix the lanes more than anything else. I mean, if you can get a pick off now, it would be gravy, kind of setting yourself up. But Nova Esports know that, and they've been kind of sticking together. Nobody, I mean, Xuan, he's got the mobility to stay alive. But look at what Wendy's doing, sticking around in that brush, just kind of waiting, being a little bit patient, seeing if any prey kind of just happens to walk by. They have all the time in the world, especially with all the lanes pushing and that Shadow Vanguard in the bottom lane.
Yeah, I feel like the only comeback condition here for Nongshim is that they get Siri to the point that he needs to be, which is just pretty much mass critical in terms of damage. We see that the fact that he's got the Master Sword and the Siege Breaker, but just not being able to use it to perfection here because there's just so much sort of like front line from CY. He's just so far ahead, but Kyung9 trying to bait them. Is this going to be all that she wrote? No, he's able to get out of there, which is a good call for the side of Nongshim. They don't want to lose anybody at this point of the fight.
Yeah, but look at Nongshim still surviving, dealing with the Shadow Vanguard with really no play. Nova right now kind of just waiting in the wings. Again, they'll look just kind of tighten the noose just a little bit more just by playing a little bit more of this patient game. Let Nongshim come out of their base, find a potential pickoff, and then look to end this.
Yeah, I mean, we're almost getting to what, the Tempest Dragon. They're about, what, 2 minutes away from that. So that's going to be interesting to see if Nongshim, even though they've been without high ground turrets, longer than they've had high ground turrets, they could potentially come back at the Tempest Dragon.
Actually true, which is kind of sad if you think about it, but it is pretty sad in that sense. But I mean, Nongshim right now, they're doing a decent job.
No, they lost the Tyrant, though. That's going to be a lot of damage going over to Muchi, but the Conductor of Souls is soaking up a lot of it. Into the backline is a low-away Pit. He goes down, but it is going to be a 2-1 trade. Sage's Sanctuary does come through for Haku, but then gets wiped down again. Siri is able to claim Wendy, but it is now all on the shoulders of CY and Xuan, and Muchi goes down as well. But there we go. It is going to be the slam dunk from CY, and all that's left is Siri and Faye to try and deny this takedown.
Look at Faye actually gave the Celestial Melody for Siri to just get back to his base quicker because he needed to have healed up. He was about half life. He's the only one that can really do the damage onto CY, who's actually has to respect it. But the Conductor of Souls...
Oh no, it's a 2v2 here. It looks like they are going to finish it here. They do not want any tussle fighting.